Hello and welcome back to Shakesyear. We are working on the Spanish tragedy, and we get to hear from Hieronimo in Act 3, Scene 11 again today. Now, he kicked off this scene. He is still very much in mourning. He's received 2 letters that implicate Balthazar and Lorenzo in the murder of his son Horatio, and he's fired up. He's ready to get revenge, but he's also still very much in the throes of grief over losing his son, because he doesn't understand why anybody would have wanted to kill Horatio in the first place. He's of the opinion that Horatio was basically a good guy. And while all of this is going on, Bella Imperia had been kind of imprisoned, but she's sort of been let out, and Balthazar is still kind of trying to flirt with her, and she's softened maybe a little bit, but isn't totally on board with the yes, let's get with Balthazar plan, even though the plan is for her to marry him, so says her father. So this Act 3, Scene 11, we had Hieronimo talking to a couple of Portuguese guys, and they first listened to him talk about what it is to have a son and what it is to lose a son, and why did he have to lose his son specifically. And they're like, can you just tell us where the Duke's place is? And like, is Lorenzo there? And Hieronimo says, oh, forbear, for other talk for us far fitter were. But if you be importunate to know the way to him, and where to find him out, then list to me, and I'll resolve your doubt. There is a path upon your left-hand side, that leadeth from a guilty conscience unto a forest of distrust and fear, a darksome place, and dangerous to pass. There shall you meet with melancholy thoughts, whose baleful humours, if you but uphold, it will conduct you to despair and death, whose rocky cliffs, when you have once beheld, within a hugy dale of lasting night, that, kindled with the world's iniquities, doth cast up filthy and detested fumes. Not far from thence, where murderers have built a habitation for their cursed souls, there, in a brazen cauldron, fixed by Jove, in his fell wrath, upon a sulphur flame, yourselves shall find Lorenzo, bathing him in boiling lead and blood of innocents. So he's speaking metaphorically, saying that they are going to find Lorenzo in hell, basically is what it boils down to. It starts out as if he's going to have just a normal conversation and maybe give some directions, but then the directions that he starts giving turn into something metaphorical, something fantastical, where he talks about going down into the depths of hell and finding this boiling cauldron that Jove set up and is stoking the flames himself, and that is where they are going to find Lorenzo. And one of the guys that he's with, one of the Portuguese men that he's with, just responds with ha ha ha. So obviously they think he's a joke, and he's like, what, ha, like you're laughing at me? Okay, fine, whatever, it's time to say goodbye now. And he leaves, and the 2 Portuguese guys look at each other and they're sort of like, yeah, he's nuts. And that's the end of Act 3, Scene 11. So take what you will of Hieronimo and his guilt and his grief, and if you want to maybe think that Shakespeare wrote a little bit of this in, the deaths of fathers and sons and grief over the loss of a child, this is some of the more flowery, more metaphorical stuff that's in this play. So maybe this was his contribution to kids' play. It does go on for quite a while. Hieronimo says a lot, but that also says a lot about grief, that when you're grieving someone, it doesn't just turn off because now we're in a new scene. But anyway, take of that what you will, do with it what you will, but make sure you come on back tomorrow for more, because we still got to find out if revenge is going to be had. And what's going on with Don Andrea? It's been a little while since we checked in with him. So anyway, I'll see you tomorrow for more. Mwah.